All right, so here we're going to go over the 11.9, the practice part. All right, you should have already done the Nearpod. So it's still a little quick practice on the kind of problems you got to be able to do. So first one is a temperature of negative 11 degrees warmer or colder than negative 15. So all of these, I think having just a quick number line, it doesn't have to be super awesome or anything, but like just kind of jotting it out like this. Okay, so we got negative 11. So we go from 0, we go to negative 11 right here. And then we have negative 15 is over here. So is negative 11 warmer or colder than negative 15? So on warmer or colder, this is colder, that's warmer, right? So therefore, negative 11 is going to be warmer, okay, because it's closer to 0. Is an elevation of negative 10 feet closer or farther from the surface of the ocean than negative 8 feet? Okay, so here's the surface, 0. So we got negative 10 and negative 8. Which one's closer to the surface? Well, negative 8 is. So negative 10 feet is farther from the surface than negative 8. So hopefully you see now what I'm talking about with just having a quick number line. So if you didn't have those, then stop real quick and get them and then come back and watch the rest of the answers. All right, so we'll continue on. It was 8 degrees at nightfall. The temperature dropped 10 degrees by midnight. What was the temperature at midnight? Okay, so we're starting at 8 degrees. All right, so we're at 8, and we got to go down 10. Oh no. So we got to go past 0. So that's going to get back to 0, and then we're going to have 2 on the negative side. Because it took us 8 to get back to 0, then 2 more negative. That one's a little tough for 6th grade. All right, so that one was a challenge. A diver is 25 feet below sea level. He swims up 15 feet. What is his elevation? Again, this one's a little bit of a challenge, not as hard as C. So if you're at negative 25, he's going to go up 15. So we're not 15. So you kind of think about, well, he's 25 below. So now he's getting closer back to the surface. So now he's at negative 10. Okay. So it's negative 10. So A and B, you definitely should have got. C and D are a little challenging. Okay. But A and B should have made sense to you. A whale's at the surface of the ocean to breathe. What's the whale's elevation? The whale's elevation? 0 feet, because he's at sea level. He goes down 300 feet. What's his elevation now? Negative 300 feet. Okay. Whale swims down 150 more. What's his elevation now? So he was at 0. He goes down 300, and now he's going 300 more down. So is he getting closer to 0 or further away? Further away. So that's going to be negative 450, right? So you're going to go down another 150. Okay, so negative 450 feet. All right, so it says plot it on a vertical number line with a numeric value. So something like 0, negative 300, and then negative 450. Something like that is what they're asking for there. All right, for each number, name its opposite. The opposite of negative 5 is positive 5. The opposite of 28 is negative 28. The opposite of negative 10.4 is positive 10.4. The opposite of 0.875 is negative 0.875. So you're just changing the sign. There's no opposite for 0, still 0. And then negative 8,003, should be positive 8,003. All right, now we need to try to put these guys on a number line. All right, I know that some of these will be somewhat challenging, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, so negative 1.5, you should recognize goes between negative 1 and negative 2. So 0.5 is halfway between, so it's negative 1.5 is right here. Then we have 3 halves. Okay, well, how would we get that? Well, we would make that 2 into 3, right, like we've done before, and make this a decimal, 1.5. So that's going to be right here. So we put our 3 halves right there. Negative 3 halves, well, now we know that's positive, so that's going to be positive 3/2, here's negative 3/2, is the same place right there. And then negative 4/3, right? So 3 into 4 is going to be 1 and 1/3. So we got negative 1 and 1/3, which is not quite as much as negative 1.5. So negative 4/3. All right, so it wants these on a number line. All right, so we got, draw us a little number line here. All right, so we got 0. So we got negative 1.5. So I'm going to put like negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, like that. So this is going to be negative 1.5. Done that one. The opposite of negative 2 is going to be positive 2. All right. So put the point there, put the point there. And then the opposite of 0.5 would be negative 0.5. And then the opposite, or the number negative 2 is going to be here, negative. It should be negative 1.5, negative 2. All right. Then it says represent each of these numbers in degrees Fahrenheit with a positive or negative number. All right. So 5 degrees above 0, that would be a positive 5. 3 degrees below 0 is negative 3. 6 above 0 is positive 6. And then 2 3/4 below 0 would be negative 2 3/4, or negative 2.75, but whatever. All right, now from coldest to warmest. So coldest would be over here, warmest would be over here on the number line, right? So negative 3, negative 2 3/4, positive 5, positive 6. All right. So again, I know a few of those were a little tougher. All right, I would say that, you know, some of these right here might have been a little tough, and you know, specifically those two right there. But I wanted to challenge you a little bit while also getting you just to kind of apply what you do know and see if you can figure out some things by a few more challenging examples. All right, so turn in the work when you're done with it. I just wanted to see that you did your best and that you tried them.